Well, hi guys. How you doing? Waiting for a few to come on so we can say hello here this morning. It's always good to have you with us. And we enjoy the live audience here. So, hello. Who's up first this morning? Here we go. Brahim. Portland, Oregon, you're numero uno this morning. Kevin, Oshawa, you're number 2. And Jen, number 3. Kate Breton. Sandra, good morning. Aurelia. Rosalinda says hello from Niagara Falls. And Andrea from Niagara Falls. Mary, good morning. Annette. Nouveau-Brunswick, bonjour ce matin. Mike from Norland. Our buddy Dr. Troy. And Wendy from Markham. Sandy, Chilliwack, British Columbia. Nick and Jeanette, back to back with our staff this morning. Deb from Timmins. Sandy, Washington State. Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Louise, bonjour. Saint-Agathe-des-Monts de Quebec, bonjour. Marcy, Deanna, LaSalle, Anne, Moncton, New Brunswick, Fran, Orangeville, Barbara, cold Atlanta. Are you kidding me, Barbara? It's cold in Atlanta? Dave, Muskoka, Mary, good morning. Rita, Connie, how are you, Connie? And Marilyn, Edmonton, Judy, Newfoundland, Chantal, Ottawa, Thea, Esther from Restoule. That's a beautiful area there. Yolande, bonjour. Donna, Nova Scotia. Norma, couple more, because we got lots of questions. Diane from LaSalle. Susan from Enderby, British Columbia. Never heard of it. Robin, Luella, West Tennessee. Good morning. Annette, how are you? Catherine. Tess. First time I've seen your name, Tess. Aspley. And you guys are great. And Brahim, hey, we're all pulling for you. He had COVID. He's feeling a lot better, he said. Barbara, Rhonda, Alicia, and Grace. You guys are great. Rose, Brampton, Gina, Debbie, Sturgeon Falls, Oakland or Oakville versus via Sturgeon. Shirley, Linda, St. Jude, Quebec, bonjour. And Bob Cajun, Elizabeth, Jenny, Lincoln, Nebraska, for heaven's sakes. Nebraska. Yeah. Fran, how are you? Okay, let's get to our questions. And this all wants to slip away for some reason. I can't figure it out. Okay. Sandy is asking. Let's get started. Sandy, I did the reset in September. Good for you. And notice my visceral fat level on my scale. Okay. You got a scale that measures visceral fat. Okay. Good for you. Was at 2. And after introducing carbs back into my diet, the level went to 3. Okay. What should visceral fat level be? Well, look, I mean, without a scale, usually visceral fat, you take your total fat percentage, and it's about 10% of that. Now, on the scale, I think I've seen a couple of different scales, so you're giving me numbers 2 or 3 that it don't mean much to me. All I can tell you is this, Sandy, okay? Without a scale, what you did is aimed at visceral fat. The reset, you see, okay, it's not weight loss, okay? It's not weight loss, okay? I'm going to pull out, because people are very visual, I'm going to pull out 5 pounds, okay? Bear with me a sec, I'm going to pull this up. Here I have 5 pounds of visceral fat. Okay? See it? Look at how big it is. 5 pounds of visceral fat. It's huge. When you do the reset, somebody complains, well, Doc, I only lost 5 pounds. 5 pounds. Let me tell you this. Because of the protein you're eating, because of the healthy fat you're eating on the reset, look, it's meant for a lot of things, but one thing it takes dead aim at is visceral fat. Well, one of the best examples of that is in the first 7 days, the first thing that really happens is you're emptying your liver of visceral fat. Visceral is organ fat, around the organs. Liver, pancreas, your heart, your intestines, fatty tongue. You know, when we brought you sleep apnea, okay? Sleep apnea is an insulin problem. It's not an oxygen problem. Oxygen, yes, has trouble getting up, but it's because of insulin resistance. Now, so you are aiming, okay, and let me just get back to Sandy. You are aiming directly at the reset. With the reset, I mean on visceral fat. You have no idea, because this here, okay, again, for my folks listening later on a podcast, visualize 5 pounds of fat. It is a foot long and about 5 inches thick. Huge. Takes up a lot of space, but that's not the only problem. The problem with this kind of fat is it's inflammatory. The body sees visceral fat as an enemy. So your body's immune system sees it as an invader. And it creates almost like an autoimmune response to it. Inflammation. Remember what we say all the time? Inflammation's not Houdini. It doesn't just come. There's a reason for it. But one of the reasons is visceral fat. Plus, this kind of fat is a major attraction to toxins and estrogen and xenoestrogens. So toxins. And hormonally, it messes you up. It really does, because when that thing's packed in your liver, you can't even convert T4 to T3, which your thyroid needs. When your liver is packed up, you're not picking up the extra estrogen. Your liver is unreal until it's full of fat. So Sandy, the scale, I don't know, okay, because I'd have to look at it. But because I've seen different scale. I used to have one in my office. All I know is it was very expensive. We paid a lot of money for it. But you can be skinny as a rake and have visceral fat around your organs. If you're a bad eater, you're going to have visceral fat around your organs. Skinny as a rake. You don't necessarily see visceral fat. Okay? Now, good questions. Okay, did the reset in September, and there you go. Okay? Thanks for the question, Sandy. Elsie, many years ago, I heard it said if you eat a carbohydrate, then eat protein with it, it slows the absorption of a carb. No. Well, maybe a little bit. Okay. Elsie, look, I tell you, okay, let's follow a hamburger. Okay? You're having a hamburger. The meat is great. Hamburger meat. People ask me that all the time because I always talk about vitamin S as steak. Yeah, but hamburger's good. Okay, it's not quite as good. It's not as full of vitamins and amino acids quite as much as steak, but it's fantastic. So hamburgers are good without the bun. Because the bun is going to turn to sugar. And even if you're eating it with meat, if it slows it down, not much. Okay? And I'm sorry. Unfortunately, carbs are going to be sugar in nanoseconds, whether you eat them with fiber or whether you eat them with protein. I love protein. You know that. Protein is king. Protein is king of the castle, and carbs are dirty rascals. Okay? You know me and my sayings. Okay, let's get to another question here. Okay, now, Teresa, on the reset. Okay, I like that. It's high in phosphorus for our kidney. What? Phosphorus is good. But is it too high in phosphorus? Is that what you're asking, Teresa? Nah, it's not. Okay, it's not. Phosphorus, you need that. It's a mineral. It's important for your DNA and all this kind of thing. Phosphorus is good for your bones. I don't talk about it too much because if you're eating eggs, meat, and cheese, you're going to get lots of phosphorus. And is that damaging to the kidney? No. Okay? So let me repeat. That's me. Kidneys. What kills your kidneys? Not protein. Not protein. Not protein. I know, it's ingrained in us. But protein doesn't kill your kidneys. Ever. It's not even salt. Salt doesn't kill your kidneys. Okay? It doesn't. The only time you would have any issue with salt is if you don't drink water and if you're dehydrated. So let's talk about kidney health. What kills your kidneys? Sugar. 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 Yep, sugar kills your kidneys. If you don't believe me, ask a diabetic. A diabetic, okay, they're in deep trouble with their kidneys unless they change course. And the only way a diabetic can change course is if they change their eating. Okay? Sugar is destructive to kidneys. 2, a lack of water. And only water is water. And remember, for my Niagara Falls girls, they come on the program every day, okay? You girls know this. Your kidneys are Niagara Falls. Water 24 hours a day. You need water, 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 water. Vitamin W at the Martin Clinic. Okay? There's nothing that cleans your kidneys more than H2O. You need, you avoid sugar as much as you can. Water, oxalates. You know what kills the kidneys? Oxalates. How do you get oxalates? When you happen to be a rabbit rather than a human being. A lot of people think they're rabbits. And they live on fruits and vegetables. And you're not meant to live on fruits and vegetables. Am I saying you can't have any? I'm not saying that. But oxalates are very, very destructive to the kidneys. 75% of all kidney stones are oxalates. Kidneys can't filter them out. And the other one, 25% of kidney stones come from uric acid. They're uric acid stones. How do you get that? How do you get uric acid stones? I'm waiting. I'm asking you a question. Okay? I'm asking you a question. How do you get uric acid stones? How are they formed in your body? Hello? Okay, guys, I'm being unfair to you, okay? I just want to see if someone gets it real quick, and then I'll give you the answer, okay? How do you get uric acid stones? Okay, you know what it is? Yeah, and that says sugar and carbs. Yes, what kind of sugar? Fructose. High fructose corn syrup. The sugar, you're right, it's sugar, but it's fructose. Okay? Fructose. And that stinking Frankenstein fructose. High fructose corn syrup. And Robin, you got it, fruit juice too. Yep. I can't stand it when I see people drinking. The worst thing you can do is drink sugar. Don't drink it. God wanted you to eat fruit, not drink it. Okay? Okay. And Teresa, thanks for the question. I got off on a tangent. Deborah, are we born with all the enzymes for digestion that we need through life? Yep. Yep. Now, when you get older, like me, okay, when you get older, you got all your enzymes that you need, but you don't have as much. You don't secrete as many. They're there, but you don't have the amount, not the names of them, okay? Like lipase, amylase, protease. Those are all enzymes that you need, okay? For carbs, for fat, and for protein. Your macros, okay? Here's one you don't have. Cellulase. See, rabbits have cellulase. You never have cellulase. Why do rabbits have cellulase? For cellulose. For salad. When you insist on eating salad. Well, you're not a rabbit. You never make that enzyme. You don't have it. Okay, so that's why I'm so big on digestive enzymes, because a lot of people need help with that. They need help with their digestion. We talked about it several times. You were meant to eat steak. Your body is made for it. That's why God gave you a gallbladder. That's why he gave you a smaller, really a short intestine. You know, you think it's long, but comparatively, it's not. Compared to a cow. Even compared to a monkey. You know? Yeah. You're meant to eat meat. Not bananas. You can eat bananas. Don't live on them. Okay. And okay, that's good. Yeah, you know what? Deborah says, cause of death in elderly a lot of times is the depletion of enzyme. To some extent, that's true because they're not digesting. They're not assimilating their vitamins. You know, there's a lot of senior abuse, you know. Because, again, people don't know anything about nutrition. And seniors, they don't have B12, hardly at all. And doctors, unless the numbers are zero, they'll never give those seniors in homes a B12 shot like they should. Every week, seniors should get a B12 shot. Every week. And they should be given vitamin D every day. Every day. Vitamin D. They never get enough, son. They just don't. To me, that's senior abuse. Because nobody really, it bothers me because, you know, I talked about that, especially during the pandemic and that. Give everyone vitamin D, please. Anyways. Sally, I'm noticing that my muscles are soft, skin is sagging, and belly is wobbly. Okay. My muffin top is expanding daily. Well, Sally, you're being real honest. I'm 60. You're a puppy. 60's puppyish compared to me. She has a very physical job 3 days a week. I eat high protein, low carb. Why do you think my body is doing that? Well, it's not supplements you need. Okay? You need to get, I know you're doing a physical job 3 days a week, but that's not enough. For you, obviously. You need to get even stronger. And I recommend that you do, I'm a big, hey, sun, steak, and steel. You like that? My new book. Get stronger. Do weights. You'll be surprised how your body will respond to that. There's nothing more metabolically well for you. And, you know, I tell my grandchildren, you see these things? I can't bring them across the border. They're illegal. I can't bring guns. Of course, I'm teasing. But you know what, guys? I am so big on being strong. As we get older, especially strong muscles. And so, Sally, oh, I could sing, but I can't. Sally, you need to get to a gym. I mean it. Or get a gym in your home. You don't have to, it don't cost a lot of money. It really makes a difference, okay? Sally, I love the question. Adriana, gastritis, how to heal it. Would you recommend smoothies with bone broth? Yep. Would heavy proteins impede healing process? Well, again, see, proteins always get a bad rap. Where did that come from, by the way? Where did it come from? Why is protein bad in the psyche of doctors, dietitians, or whatever? Not too much protein, not the kidneys, and, you know, it's not good for you, it's hard on digestion, and blah, 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 blah. Nah, protein's good. When you get a gastritis, again, can I share with you how you get a gastritis more often than not? When you don't use your stomach for what it is intended for, use it or lose it. Like your gallbladder. Use it or lose it. When you insist on eating low fat, low protein, especially steak, but eggs, meat, and cheese, your stomach was made for that. You need high acidity in the stomach to break protein down. You need high acidity. If you don't use your stomach properly and you're a carboholic, guess who gets gastritis? Guess who gets acid reflux? 99% of the time, carboholics do. Because they're putting into their stomach what your body wasn't made to eat. You're not made, you know, the Bible even says it. Man shall not live on bread alone. Okay? Talk about nutritional advice. And by the way, I love bread. You show me bread, homemade bread. I die. I could live on bread. You give me coffee and bread, Dr. Martin, I would live on that, personally. But I don't, because I can't, and I know better. But doesn't mean I don't like them. Like I said, I love bread. Yeah. But I know I can't. And neither can you. Can't live on it. You can't live on it. If you and I lived in the 1800s, we could eat a lot more bread. You know why? Because bread was bread. The flour was different. They milled it. Stone, ground. So all of the nutrients were there. But now, by the 1920s, 30s, you know what they did? They enriched bread. You have enriched flour. Flour today is stripped of all its nutrients. So it's different. And it's very low nutritional quality. And because we're carboholics and because we live on sugar, 200-pound dump truck, load of sugar a year, the average North American, we live in a different world. So guess why we have so much stomach problems? And when the body, okay, let me just finish with this because I'm getting on a tangent. When your stomach is not used for what it is intended to be used for, okay? When your stomach is used for what it's intended, when you don't eat the way you should, your proton pumps, you got acid pumps right within your stomach. They start secreting a lot more acid because you're not making enough. It overreacts, and guess what? You get a gastritis, or you can get a gastritis even from a bacteria, but you can mostly from bad choices in food. Okay, thanks for the question. Okay, who was that? That was Adriana. Celine, hello. I would appreciate a range or number for protein for women and men. I know, Celine, I know. I don't give it. I don't. I'm sorry. It goes against my religion to give you protein levels. Why? Why? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Okay? Now, let me give you an example of this, okay? Let's say, under my supervision, I gave you 20 eggs to eat at a sitting. Or no, let's say for a day. 20 eggs. Okay? That's all you eat. 20 eggs. Okay? And then I bring in Susie. Okay? So you're on one side and Susie's on the other side. And I give her 20 chocolate bars. 20 eggs to Celine. I gave you 20 eggs. And I gave Susie 20 chocolate bars. Now we're going to do blood test. It ain't going to be pretty. Celine, you know what your blood tests are going to show? Nothing. All good. Now, I'm not saying you should eat 20 eggs in a day. I'm just telling you that you can. If I took your blood test, I took your blood sugar, I took your inflammation levels, I took everything, I did all the biomarkers, you're good. Now, Susie, Susie's in deep trouble because she secreted so much insulin, it caused a cascade of problems in her body. A cascade. And remember, your body is unreal. But one thing it's dedicated to. Listen, Linda, listen. Your body is dedicated to getting sugar out of your bloodstream. A lot of things have to happen for that to happen. Okay? A lot of things have to happen for that to happen. Your insulin goes crazy. Your traffic cop doesn't know where to... The Costco parking lot is full and it doesn't know what to do other than create more fat and fat cells. It's unreal. The metabolic changes, eating 20 chocolate bars to eating 20 eggs. It's like night and day. And remember now, you're not taught this. You're not taught this in medical school. You're just not taught it. It's unfortunate. But that's where protein got a bad rap. It was based on nonsense. It was based on a bad narrative. Meat bad, cereal good. Bacon bad, and eggs because of the yolk and cholesterol, and cereal good. That's where it came from. And it got so into the psyche of nutrition. Dr. Kellogg's was a serial killer with an S and a C. A serial killer. And they took over. I'm not kidding you. They took over nutrition. Nobody knew anything about nutrition. So Dr. Kellogg's and his students took over the science, so-called, of nutrition. That's why cereal is, in people's head, oh, that's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And protein is bad. They wanted to get you away, even in the 1920s. They wanted to get you away from eating meat. And then it started pervading in society. Do you know that meat, the consumption of meat in North America is down 35% since 1970. It's down 35%. And the young generation, it'll be down 50, 60%. Folks, it's not true. It wasn't true when it started. That protein is bad for you. It wasn't true then. It's not true now. If you don't believe me, if we could take an Arctic exploration trip together, and we went, and this happened, by the way, and we went and lived with the Inuit for a year and watched them eat. I don't even know if they do it anymore. They've been introduced to our North American eating. It ain't good. It ain't good. I always tell my indigenous, my First Nations people, I love them dearly. I said, you guys, us white men are trying to kill you. I always start my seminars like that with them, okay? And because I can't help myself. I say, you see this white man here in front of you? We took your land, and now we're trying to kill you with our food. And they all look at me like, what? Well, they laugh because they say, yeah, but I said, we're turning you into diabetics. I said, you need to go hunting again. Live off the land. Don't eat our North American diet, which is low in protein and high in carbohydrate. It's upside down, my friend. Okay, that was way too long. I'm looking at the time. Oh, my word. So, Lynn, I cannot give you a range of protein. I won't. I'm sorry. I can't. Canesten, gene. Oral canesten, that's an antifungal. Well, be careful, a lot of side effects to that. Okay? And if you have a fungal infection, I know you want to kill fungus, but those antifungals can be very, very strong with lots of side effects. So I would take it in a very limited portion and make sure you're taking probiotics too. Okay? Sally, what do I think about mushroom coffee? I don't know. I've never tasted it. I'm fussy when it comes to coffee, guys. I'm a fusspot. I've never heard of mushroom coffee. Honest to God, I haven't. First time today. Is it good? Well, send me a cup. I'll try it. But, now, it might be good for you. But the coffee bean, I can't tell you how good it is for you. Have you ever heard that from me? That coffee's good for you? The real vitamin C? You haven't heard that from me, have you? Well, not today, but now you will again. Every day, I'll tell you. Mushroom coffee. Honest to God, I didn't know there was one. Sally Jesse. Is that Sally Jesse Raphael? I remember that name. If you have fatty liver, could you be deficient in B vitamins? Yep. Yep. Because if you got fatty liver, you're not gonna make as much bile, and you're gonna be deficient more though in fat-soluble vitamins, not B vitamins, but vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin A. Those are the ones more, Sally, that you would be deficient in. Yeah, maybe in your B vitamins a little bit too, but B vitamins are more water-soluble. And, B12 I'd be more concerned with in terms of B vitamins. Okay, Sally, very good question. John, can LDL oxidize and stick to the artery wall? John, no. When you see LDL and HDL are transporters, okay? You can't live without them. They're not the boogeyman. Again, you have one side of the equation, John, one side of the equation, and what do they want? What do they want? What do we want? Low cholesterol. Let's hear it again. What do we want? Low cholesterol. And then you have the other side, me. What do you want? High cholesterol, even LDL. Yeah, they made LDL the boogeyman. It's not the boogeyman. You can't live without LDL. Now, I like HDL a little bit higher on the food chain. And why do I like HDL specifically? Because what it does to triglycerides. But LDL is very, very important for your immune system. LDL is very, very important for transporting hormones. If you insist on this side, low cholesterol, you're going to be unhealthy. And every day. Every day, John. Every day. I get it circled on the emails when people are sending me their blood work. And they got it circled, the total cholesterol. And they're looking at their LDL and they circle that. And you can't even make me look at it. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't look at it. Because my eyeballs are going right to your triglycerides and to your HDL. When it comes to your lipids, that's all I'm looking for. No, Dr. Martin, I know. I'm stubborn. My wife tells me that. You're stubborn. Yeah, but I can't help it. You can't make me hate cholesterol. You can't. You can't. I love cholesterol. Your brain is made up of cholesterol. Your cells are made up of cholesterol. God doesn't trust you. He makes 85%. You're responsible for 15%. So do your part and eat steak. There we go. John, I love the questions. I really, really, really do. Okay? Kathy. Pebble stone bowel movements. Well, ordinarily, okay, Kathy, a couple of things that in my experience, you don't have enough water in your body. It could be because your blood sugar, I don't want to go down that trail too much because I got too much explaining to do. But when people eat sugar, your body robs the water. See, you need more water coming into your blood because that's one of the ways with insulin that it draws that sugar out of your bloodstream. So when you take water out of your body to deal with blood sugar, your bowel can very much suffer from that. Water. Maybe you're not drinking enough coffee because coffee stimulates the 10th cranial nerve. Proven. Very good for pooing is coffee. Everybody laughs at me. Don't laugh. I mean it. Could be the thyroid too. When the thyroid gets slowing to a crawl, Kathy, that can have an effect on the bowel big time because peristalsis slows down. Okay? And it's not a lack of fiber. Believe you me when I tell you that. Wanda. Niacin, B3 for depression. Yeah, I like niacin for B3, never alone. You don't hear me talking about B3. You don't hear me talking about B1. I want you to take a B complex. What does that mean? Eat steak. You get all your B vitamins, including B12. Do I like steak for depression? You bet your boots I do. You bet your boots I like steak for depression. And get off the sugars. And fix leaky gut. And make sure you're on high DHA. Because that is so important for brain and gut function. Probiotics, high DHA, get off the sugars, eliminate, and eat more vitamin S steak. What a difference it makes. Our pork, okay, I'm making an announcement. Are you ready? I changed my mind. I repented. I'm allowing pork rinds on the reset. Major announcement. I was petitioned by so many people. Dr. Martin, why are you not allowing pork rinds on the reset? Dr. Martin, okay, I give in. You can have pork rinds on the reset, okay? Major announcement. So you got the memo, you can have them. Okay, first. I changed my mind. Okay, Andre. Okay, a cherry angioma. I have a bunch of them on my torso. He said they're not anything to worry about. That's true. I mean, in terms, it ain't going to kill you. But I'm big with Navitol because of the nitric oxide. Whatever elevates your, steak elevates your nitric oxide too, by the way. It's going to help with angiomas. Navitol is my go-to because it elevates nitric oxide. Opens up the blood supply. Really makes a difference. Okay, and the last one, Wendy. What do you think about GABA? I like GABA, but never alone. You know, if you take GABA, you can take GABA. But if you notice my cortisol formula, I don't even have GABA in it because I tried GABA on its own years ago. And the results, okay. For anxiety, no. I'll tell you, if you find a better formula than mine on cortisol, okay, and anxiety, I'm sorry, I put, 8 anti-anxieties in there. I'm a combination guy, guys. If you just have to understand that about me. It doesn't mean, like B12, it stands alone. Vitamin D, no, it doesn't even stand alone. I put it with K2. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm a combination guy just because clinically I had to get results. I measured cortisol in my office. I measured it. Urine, the best way to measure cortisol. And you know what? My formula was the best one to lower it. That's why I put it together. That's my formula. Okay? I'm going to stop tooting my horn now. No more advertising. Guys, we love you dearly. I got excited today, and I don't apologize. Now, you guys know me. I love you guys. You support me. I get off on my tangents, and I get excited. You guys appreciate, you know how much I appreciate you, right? You know it? Okay. Hey, guys, have a great weekend. Love you. Talk to you soon.